And then I want to say for ladies and non-ladies, now is the time to really, if you want good things, if you want to let go of the toxicity, if we're going to another way for better things to go for the whole society, we know literally scientifically, we've studied and found that women are like 25% better leaders. We already know that the crimes that we have is mostly done for men. So our leaders, our ladies, are going to be not very violent. They don't implement as much toxicity and trauma as men. Whatever. We already know that scientifically, femmes they just have they have a better ability to be better humans. Scientifically. It doesn't have to be that way. Scientifically, because of the society that we've had for this time. We are just not going to take that bullshit anymore. There are going to be men and women, whatever they are. Sometimes people are not ready to let go of the toxicity of their lives. Sometimes to address your own trauma and shame, it's a lot of work. It's draining for a certain amount of time. And a lot of people don't want to address that. Myself included, I'm only addressing this shit now. Like recently. Ultimately, the more we accept for better, you have space for people to grow, but you can't wait for anyone. Men, women, whatever. The more we choose to do our better shit, we just take those who are ready to do it when we get to that point. And I would say that for men too, can also do the good shit and process more stuff and let go of the patriarchy, colonialism. Everything is hand in hand. Fascism. We're gonna let go of all of that shit. Men can definitely join all of the ladies, but it would mean they have to really address all of the shit that's happened to them. It's the same applicable for anyone who's non-disabled and getting connected with those who are disabled. Anyone who's black and brown and indigenous, people like me who are white, we have to actively let go of all of the things that we've been taught to let go of that shit and unlearn that shit. The same thing applies to all of men, that they have to address everything that they've been taught from the society we have. We have to let go of all of that entirely. The intersectionality is about that. But it's not the way you're thinking, because we like the idea of intersections, but we can't do it while we're still in this society that will not serve us, especially since things grew this certain way. And we can't wait for those people who don't know what's going on. People who choose to hold the same shame. They choose that because it's scary to address anything. And I get it. There's no reason to wait for them. I mean, we wish you well, but we're just gonna address what we're gonna address. They're gonna be left by the way because they don't know how to address that, and that's okay. Part of their lives is to feel shit. And if they don't know how to address that, sometimes they accept being their little villain in their little life. And there's nothing we can do about that. Straight up. You can never convince anyone that they deserve love. A person has to do it from their own self. You can love anyone and it will not solve a thing because it has to be at the core. We know that women, femmes, ladies, we are our leaders. Especially the more intersectional we are, the better. The easier you are to remember to know about all of this stuff. I know this and that because I didn't get the unlearning of this certain thing for all of the marginalization that I've had. When you are familiar with being marginalized in a certain way, that you understand how the hierarchy and the system that you have, that you should have an easier time to understand how that also does the same similar bullshit from another thing. Like for me, I'm white. I do not have racism whatsoever, but I know how the system goes because I'm disabled. I'm queer. I'm a femme. I can see how this goes on every single form because I can see how it goes to me for my marginalization. Of course, it's going to apply to the same factors, the same systems, the same ways that they do it for specifically racism. And so there's going to be men of whatever type of marginalization they have. You have a better chance of understanding what's going to go for when we accept more femme. We're only going to take femme. Femme and those who understand to accept the goals of the growth and the positivity and the goodness of, for the good of the colony, for everything. And that's going to be the leaders of women. And part of your life to be in this reincarnation, and if you're a man, you chose that. If you believe in this, you choose this certain way. To have, you'll get a lot of learning about leadership that you wouldn't get as if you were still taking leaders as men, because they don't have the same levels of good shit going on. You'll be accepted, but you'll have to unlearn all of that shit. Just like there are things that I wouldn't be accepted until I unlearn about all of the white privilege. And for ladies, we are gonna go for the good shit. We're gonna let go of all of the fucking capitalism. The leaders fucked us over because it's just these men fucking us over for millennia. It's been like, I don't know how many years. It's been like millennia since we've accepted for the good of women and accept real leadership. The system, the cycles that we have in Earth, in cosmos, in space is for femininity itself. When we have things, growing things, that's birth. There is birth everywhere in our entire planet. Femininity is the first sex, no matter what. And when we finally let go of all of that, you know, the second sex, males, to be the very only thing that matters, we're going to let go of that. When we accept the more femininity, we accept for much more natural orders that will be more flowing and easier to deal with the way things are going to go. Because we understand these cycles go easier. And the more we address for that and we accept for the leadership and for the way things go in cycles, everything will just get better. Part of that is understanding that you have to know as women, femmes, that the way that capitalism has done to make sure that nobody feels like a leader. They always feel like a piece of shit. They're just a cog in the machine because we're not meant for be machines in the first place. We're supposed to be natural. Natural, not in the way that they taught you in capitalism, which is, oh, the nuclear family. That doesn't apply. Why do you think there's Like, all the animal kingdom, everything has a village for raising kids, raising babies of all these animal kingdoms. It's rare to have a single thing. Everything is for the whole village. That's what we're going to have. Everything that we have been taught is for the negativity of falsification of everything that we have based on planet and earth. They box all of earth and they put it into a sale sticker on it and tell you bullshit anyway. You could have gotten to it to yourself anyway just for figuring out in the goddamn earth. It's okay. It's okay. It is okay. We're going to just get to it. It's going to be here. It's always going to be a pattern. 2026, it's going to happen no matter what. The more you're connected with the planet to understand where the cycles are, how they want to go for this, that, the way it goes, the flow, the easier we can do with the leadership, the community. And of course, it applies to all of us. I'm telling you shit that I have to try and figure out options for it now. I don't have any money. I'm figuring shit out now. I'm not going to keep the capitalistic belief. I will not have a job with it because I can't still perpetuate it, at least with a job, for all of this shit. I wouldn't be that mad about homeless if I could just not experience violence from the state and for poverty. Sometimes people can just be homeless and it's, I don't know, we just wish we could keep a couple possessions and all of that, but I don't know how things are going to go. But I know that I'm not going to fucking continue with the toxicity of this because I want the femininity that's not going to be there in capitalism. Anyone who perpetuates capitalism, even as a woman, will still be for the bad of the colony. We need to accept for the positivity that we have and let go of the toxicity that we had for capitalism, that we're not going to take it anymore. If anyone needs to live in a place and they need that money, I get it. I just can't. I get fired anyway. If you're not getting fired, sure. The best you can do is just continue to build the community. You can still have a job and still go to to do community stuff like the library, events, whatever. You can figure out all of that. I get fired a lot, so I can't do either. Like, I can have one or the other. That's just where it's going to be on my life. I'm trying other things for the way things are, and it is what it is. It's for the femmes, man. It's going to be here. Femme forever. It's the way you're supposed to for the natural state of everything. And I just mean that as a general. I'm queer. I'm trans. I'm non-binary. I'm still there for the femme world. The way things are, your body is great. I don't give a shit where you are. If you're trans, that's the way you like it. There's still cycles in the whole planet, and there's still people who have the same cycle for heterosexuality sometimes, and that is what it is. There's going to be queerness of certain animal kingdoms all the time. That's fine too. We already know this shit. They're general and then the few. Cool with that. Don't ever think that I'm anti-trans, you silly goose. I'm just here for generals. There's not always, look, the whole, I don't know. This is what I'm just doing it for femininity. Let's do it, man.